waiting for this to start up. All right, there it goes. Finally. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and continue. This is dealing with the church. All right, let me play this.
They've been taught all their life that they had to depend upon the church. All right, that they have to depend upon what they can read in that physical book that was given to them by their enemies. Okay?
All right, so now, it was the Roman Catholic Church that set themselves up in authority, all right, and created what's known today as the canon, all right, and non-canonical, all right. Who gave them the authority to take another people's records and, well, actually steal another people's records by force, okay, and then compile what they wanted into a book in which they labeled the infallible Word of God? Roman Catholic Church credited with papal infallibility. All right? So your ideology that everything within the pages of that book is infallible, that ideology came from the Roman Catholic Church, who took it upon themselves to create a canon, which they called the Word of God. But these were wicked people. The Roman Catholic Church is responsible for torturing, maiming, and killing millions of people who refuse to follow their doctrine, which was created as a consequence of many council dictates by various popes. This one particular scribe, known as Jerome, is best known for his translation of the Bible into the Latin. That became known as the Vulgate. It was his observation that many of the writings of the early church established that the Messiah was a strict vegetarian. All right? This month, one of my brothers on Facebook, he posted this, and he had posted the video here, and I actually watched this video, and I actually did a series on this video, dealing with the times of the Gentiles and you guys' judgment, okay, and why you're gonna be going through judgment, all right, because your people did this, okay. So understand, your people, you are a part of the people who tortured the holy people. You're part of the people who raped, robbed, and murdered the holy people and stole all of our wealth. Okay? And now, to this day, many of you are holding on to the blessing bag of Lucifer. Okay? So, yes. The video details how Jerome knew that the Messiah, the promised anointed one, who the world wants to call Jesus, knew that he, the apostles, and the first century church were strict vegetarians, all right? And that the Roman Catholic Church is responsible for removing the information, the books, such as the Gospel of the Nazarenes, the Gospel of the Ebionites, the Gospel of Thomas, the Gospel of Philip, the Gospel of Peter. Okay? He went on to say, for those of you who watch this video, I hope you research this topic and come to the conviction, as I have, that we are not supposed to be eating flesh. Messiah would never eat dead animals. As a matter of fact, he came to take the animals off our plate. So if you truly follow the promised anointed one, you would want to do what he did. Okay? You would want to listen to his message and what he came to give to humanity. Okay? He came to liberate the animals. All right? He came to stop the animal sacrifices of the Israelites, that we were up under that bondage of the Levitical priesthood. But they were under the priesthood of Mahan, okay, a satanic priesthood that required bloodshed, okay? The Great Spirit never required bloodshed, all right? So he came to his people for that reason, and his people hated him for that. All right, they hated the fact that he came to take the animals off our plate. All right, that's why they handed him over to the worst of the heathen to have them murder him. And I got many videos breaking that down. Go check out the series Who Are the Real Israelites, because I think we go into detail on that. All right. Yeah, I go into great detail on that. All right. So, January 8, 1454, the Catholic Church and Pope Nicholas V blessed slavery and the slave trade. All right. This was forced on the indigenous people. All right. Christianity was forced on the indigenous people by way of the sword. So it cannot be righteous. And the Pope, the Roman Catholic Church, the Vatican, these people who set themselves in authority are not holy. They are of the adversary. Okay? And they have done great atrocities. This is a Roman torture chair. Okay? That's a Roman torture chair. One of their devices. Okay? Here's a Roman torture eye device. Alright? Here's another Roman torture machine. Alright? Invented in the 15th century by Christian priests to break the hands and fingers of scientists, artists, painters, sculptors, and these were our people, okay? Because our people were the inventors. Our people were the scientists. Our people were the artists, okay? And they will break our hands and our fingers. All of us who were deemed to be heretics. And their definition of heretic is those of us who did not get with their ideology of Christianity. Okay? This is what they did. You see the cross on it? Alright? So all you people wearing a cross around your neck, understand who it is you belong to. Okay? They carried out all kinds of evil torture against us. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. Let us examine him with despitefulness and torture, that we may know his meekness and prove his patience. Let us condemn him with a shameful death, for by his own saying he shall be respected. Such things they did imagine, and were deceived, for their own wickedness has blinded them. Now, didn't the scripture tell us? Persecution foretold. See, this happened against us. All right? The biblical people. All right? And this persecution was foretold to happen to us. All right? I have told you these things so that you will not fall away. They will put you out of your synagogues. All right? In fact, a time is coming when anyone who kills you will think that he is offering a service to God. All right? As for the mysteries of the Most High, as for the oracles of the Great Spirit, they know them not. So why are you in them churches? Why are you in the house of Satan? The Most High told you he don't live in houses made by human hands. And these wicked people have set up all of their idolatry. Crosses and Virgin Mary, which they whitewashed. Okay? Great wickedness. It is the house of Satan. May as well be Satanism. Okay? Because that's what it is. Alright? It's kind of like your politics. You know, the right wing and the left wing both belong to the same bird. Okay? So just like Satanism and all your religions are all a part of the beast system. Okay? Neither one is leading you to the Great Spirit. They expect you to blindly follow. Okay? Don't ask no questions. Except what we tell you. That's that. Okay? They don't know the mysteries of the Most High. They don't know his oracles. Neither hope they for the wages of righteousness. Because they know they ain't righteous. They're living for the here and now. Alright? So they don't care about the reward for the blameless souls. Okay? They don't care about that. Alright? Therefore, the here and now. For the ungodly say, reasoning with themselves, but not all right. Our life is short and tedious. See, they already know they have a short time. Okay? They know they don't have a short time. All right? And in the death of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. See, they are in ignorance. They do return. Yes, they do. Yes, we do. We return many times. Okay? But they continue. For we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been. For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the moving of our heart. While being extinguished, our body shall be turned into ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as the soft air. Man, my computer, my mouse getting freaking laggy. That's crazy. Come on, computer. Alright. And our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance, and our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun, and overcome with the heat thereof. For our time is a very shadow that passes away. They already know they have limited time. They just ain't telling you, the general public. They have lullabied you like the Pied Piper, leading you to destruction. These people don't care about their eternal welfare. They have literally chosen to side. They have knowingly and openly chosen to side with the adversary. Okay? But many people, many of you, you've been deceived into siding with the adversary. All right? Because these wicked people lied to you. All right? They lied to us. But they know that their time is short. And after our end, there is no returning, for it is fast sealed, that no man cometh again. Again, they're wrong about that, because we come here many times, all right? And you reap what you sow, okay? So you wonder, the abortions and all of these things, bruh, like it can go very deep. Understand. The children that go through child abuse and all of these things, understand that it is the great spirit that sends the spirits into the mortal bodies. All right? Yes, our spirits come from the spirit realm. Okay? And it is the higher power, it's the most high power that determines which mortal vessel that spirit is going to enter. Okay? So your life circumstances is directly attached to who you are, okay, and who you were in the past, and who you are going to be, okay? And yes, believe it or not, I don't care what you want to believe, all right? So though yes, it's wrong, it is a great atrocity, okay? It's horrible what a lot of children have been through, but understand, like, bro, don't you realize that the Most High is all good? It would never send an innocent soul to have that happen to them. Would never send a blameless soul to go through that. Okay? It will always be a soul that needs to be purged. All right? So yes, we come back and we reap the things that we sow. All right? So this is the mindset of the wicked. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ornaments, and let no flower of the spring pass us by. And going back to what I was saying about how the Most High is all good and is the ruler, the father of the spirits, okay, determines which vessels the spirits go into. Understand, people. Understand that it's for a reason, okay? So that we will learn, all right? Even though I know it's horrible what happened to some of these children and people, you never know. See, this is something when we come into mortality, is reversed. Okay, we don't remember our past lives. Okay, that's cut off. All right, we don't remember our past lives. So that's why it's important for us to repent for the sins of our fathers, our forefathers. Okay, because you never know, you could have been your forefather. Okay, bruh, I know that this can be pretty deep for some people, but I can back this up. but I don't have time to do it right now because I have to find these records because this is not something that I've studied a whole lot to where I can just go to it and pull it up really really quick. But I have come across this information before. All right. So when it's time, I will be bringing that information forward. Right now, I'm flowing by way of the Spirit, and I'm telling you, everything that I speak to you, it can be verified because I flow by way of the Spirit. All right. So there's a veil that's over our minds when we enter into mortality, that we do not remember our past lives, okay, for good reason, all right, because we have to learn, okay, and in order for us to learn, and in order for it to be that, I mean, it'd be like cheating on a test, all right, it'd be like having an answer key, all right, we can't have the answer key, all right. We're supposed, this is probation. Mortality is probation, where we are to seek answers. We're to seek our maker, all right, and we're to overcome the obstacles of the world in which we're born in, okay, and everything that we have gone through, all the horrible things that the Great Spirit allowed to befall us, is directly attached to things that we have done, either in our present life or in our past life. Okay? Please understand this. All right? So that you can stop blaming your Maker. All right? Because our Maker is a righteous judge. All right. So though yes, I do not disagree with the fact that pedophilia and mistreatment of children and or animals is wrong. But do you understand, bruh, that even the animals, and I would need more information on this, whether we do come back sometimes as animals. It would make sense. If you mistreated animals in the past, it makes sense that you come back as an animal and definitely be tortured by the animals when you cross over into the spirit realm. Man, I'm not even trying to go this deep, people. All right, but I flow by way of the Spirit, and it was just upon my spirit to elaborate a little bit more on that. All right, that we do not remember our past lives. Okay, however, it is reversed because when you leave your mortality, you take with you all your memories of mortality. Okay, and that is the burning lake of fire. All right, you remember all your transgressions against others. Okay, because you have a conscience. All right, and your conscience records every single thing that you do, all your activity, all your thoughts, okay? Everything that enters into your heart. And if you don't take wicked, evil thoughts captive and cast it down, cast it out, and you allow it to take hold of you, and you begin to stew on those wicked thoughts, and eventually, you're gonna act on it. Okay, and when you act on it, that's gonna be recorded, and you're gonna be held accountable for that which you have chosen to do out of your free agency. All right, yes, we have free agency because the Most High ain't no dictator. Let me explain to you what free agency is, people. All right, see, I've chosen out of my free agency to serve the true and living power. Therefore, I'm obedient to the true and living power. All right, in that which He instructed of me. Okay, and of everybody, to love one another as you love yourself. Do for others that which you would want done for yourself. All right? Refrain from doing to others things that you would not want done to yourself. I keep these eternal laws. Okay? Now, do you seriously think that I'd be struck down, you know, by lightning or something if I decided to go to the grocery store on the 10th and buy a package of chicken, all right, fry it up, like say I miss eating me some chicken, so I'm just gonna get me a package of chicken and I'm gonna season it up and I'm gonna fry it up and I'm gonna cook it, all right. I like, bro, do you seriously think that the Most High is gonna like somehow physically stop me from doing that? No. I have free agency to do that. I choose not to do that, for one, because it sickens me. You know, it's a dead body. I'm aware of that now. So why the hell would I want to go spend money for a chopped up, mutilated, dead body of an innocent chicken that was tortured and murdered in a slaughterhouse? I would not disrespect my maker, for one, and two, um, I would not want to pollute my temple with a dead body that I am aware has to decay. And when a dead body decays, it produces maggots and all kinds of abominable parasites, manifested demons. Okay? So, understand, people. I use my free agency righteously, whereas many others use their free agency wickedly. However, we are all going to reap accordingly. Please understand what I'm saying. Okay? Now, so you see that this mindset of the wicked, all right, this is how people are living. That's why you have sayings like YOLO. All right? YOLO. You only live once. Hold on. All right? YOLO. You only live once. But that's a lie. All right? This is the mindset of the wicked. Okay? Enjoy life while you can. All right? Why you want to have the mindset of the heathen? Why? Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ornaments. Let no flower of the spring pass us by. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place, for this is our portion, and our lot is this. So, people, if this has been you, this has been your portion, this has been your lot, okay? All of you walking around in prosperity, okay? Living lavishly. You get honors of men, clout, status, high position, okay? Yes. This has been your lot. This has been your portion and your lot during the times of the Gentiles. Okay? Understand. All of these pastors, all these pulpit pimping pastors, okay? This has been their portion. This has been their lot. Okay? But they already know that it's for a short time. Okay? They deceived you. These pastors deceived you. Okay? They're all living lavishly, got private jets and crap. All right? Let's look up some of their homes, their dwelling places. This guy here, Copeland, has a private airport on 24 acres. Here, in this land. But he is a foreigner. Look how he living. Look how he living. Must be nice, right? But he worshiped Lucifer. So I don't covet what he has. I'm just aware that this was his portion. This was his lot. Because he don't worship my Father. He worships the adversary. But yet my family thinks he's righteous. They look up to these people. They reverence these people. These people who are in prosperity. This is from Martyrdom and Ascension of Isaiah. The corruption of the church. And afterwards, at his approach, his disciples will abandon the teaching of the 12 apostles and their faith, and their love, and their purity. And there will be much contention at his coming and at his approach. And in those days, there will be many who will love office. You will love your status, although lacking wisdom. These people set themselves up in authority over all humanity and all creation, although they are lacking wisdom. Okay? Because to have wisdom, you would have love and compassion and mercy and empathy. But if you're lacking wisdom, you're only going to have the love of greed for money and materialistic things, living lavishly. And there will be many wicked elders and shepherds who wrong their sheep. And they will be rapacious because they do not have holy shepherds. Rapacious.
Rapacious.
Aggressively greedy. Aggressively greedy. Aggressively greedy.
Rapacious.
Let me close that out. One notification. I posted this about an hour ago. Okay, 2 notifications. Know you not? Let me blow this up. Alright, aggressively greedy. Alright. Know you not that it's extremely abominable to the Great Spirit for people to be complacent with supporting wicked people who have been aggressively greedy upon the earth? On top of that, want to scorn and withhold from those of us who are impoverished by these wicked people? Know you not how dangerously close you are to your destruction? It is utterly freaking ridiculous. I am living it. I'm impoverished, yet nobody wants to help me. Maybe 1 or 2 people. I did get blessed This morning I woke up to a $30 love donation. All praises to the Most High, for I was able to relieve my suffering. I asked the Most High to bless the brother. It was for $30. It wasn't enough to pay the internet. The internet is $50. So I was able to relieve my suffering. And I have a little bit left over to go get toilet paper, get another bag of food for Tiggy, and possibly some paper towels. But that's all the money I got to my name. Plus, I need bus fare, which is $2 now. Went up another quarter. It was $1.75, and they raised it a quarter. So now it's $2 for a bus ticket. People, you're gonna have to renew your mind. These very people who are rapacious have stolen our ancestral land for themselves, and they set up a wicked ass system of economic slavery. Alright? Oppressing the indigenous people because they are refusing to remove their foot from off our neck. This is our... Bruh, I don't understand how to get you people to... Bruh, can you people please understand what we're saying? Manifested destiny was not righteous. Okay? When your people came over here, you discovered us. I have brought out many receipts. Alright? We are the original Americans. We are the copper-colored people that were found here by the Europeans. But now today, the descendants of these very Europeans who are now born here in America, they're calling themselves Americans. And they care nothing about us who were invaded and who are still up under the same subjection to these people who are ruling on top of us. This is why it is asinine for my people to be participating in voting. Why are you voting for these people who set themselves up in authority on our ancestral land? Why are you casting your ballot for these people? It's asinine. It's like you're just bowing down. Okay, rule on top of us. We're okay with your oppression. We're okay with your tyranny. We're okay with having to pine after the money that you have established on our ancestral land just so that we can have a roof over our head. We're okay with you taking away all our fruit trees and all our vineyards, all our gardens, and then you then took possession of all of that. Now we're forced to go to grocery stores to pay money so that we can eat. I realize that it's a lot for people to grasp. This is huge. But this is real. It's what happened. I watched a movie last night, Trading Places. I don't know if it's still free. And even if it is, it was released by YouTube. So it won't let me actually play any of it. It'll black it out. All right, you know how they are. They make it to where you can't play it. You can't. They won't let you do that. I've tried it before. But people, if it's still free on YouTube, I suggest you go look at it. It's entitled Trading Places. All right. They made it into a comedy. It's a comedy. All right. Like they tell you the truth in these movies, in subtle ways. Okay. They slip in a few lies. You got to dodge the hijack. Okay. Because they flip things. All right. They flip things. Understand you're dealing with the world's greatest deceivers. Okay? There's a movie entitled White Man's Burden as well. It's another movie. They telling a lot of truth about, but however, they also lie. Because when it's given back to us, when we're in authority again in our ancestral land, we're not going to be treating people the way that we have been treated by your people. Okay, because that's not righteous. We are to show forth the righteousness of the Most High. So they had that. You guys had your lot, okay? You had your lot. All right? Yes, yes, yes. You got to live in prosperity, Gentiles. Yes, you have. All right? And so that's why you love to oppress the poor, righteous man. That's why you ain't got no pity. You say, let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the aged. Let our strength be the law of just us. For that which is feeble, because, we're not the ones that are for survival of the fittest, okay? This is the mindset of those that established survival of the fittest, okay? So you consider us to be of nothing worth. This is why I've been debased my whole life. Because I didn't care about money. I didn't care about status and clout and honors of men. Alright? So you have wicked, corrupt police set up in our neighborhoods to terrorize us, mistreat us. It's been happening for decades. Way more than that. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because understand your slave patrol was the beginning of the police. From the book Slave Patrol. Every company captain, upon notice of a runaway's hiding place, had to raise a convenient party of men to pursue and capture the fugitive, dead or alive. These groups could be considered the first mainland patrols, although there is little evidence to suggest they were used, and their duties were very limited when contrasted with those of later patrols. Runaways, whether captured by militia or private individuals, were turned over to their owners or to the local sheriff. After the disallowance of the law in 1691, the 1693 assembly immediately moved to replace it. In 1696, the assembly passed a new slave code that took a more comprehensive approach to slave regulation. With the 1696 law, South Carolina's assembly moved to a more coercive system of private enforcement, and directed the Charlestown Watch to take an active role in policing slaves. The connections to Barbados were obvious. 3/4 of the Barbadian Slave Code of 1688 and all of its preamble were made law by the South Carolina Assembly in 1696. The law retained both the pass system, maintaining that a slave carry a ticket when away from his master's plantation, and the provisions for returning a slave to his owner or to the local jail. And all whites, understand this says South Carolina, right? That's right over here in the fourth part of the earth. Okay? Happening to us. And all whites were required to apprehend bondsmen and give them a moderate whipping if they had no pass. The law protected any white person inspecting a ticket by declaring that if a slave resisted, he could be beaten. Okay? And they had the Casual Killing Act. These wicked people wrote the laws and the legislations. All right? Casual Killing Act. Late 1600s. Okay? They had what was called the Casual Killing Act. It stated that it was okay to kill a so-called black if you were correcting them without one being charged for a crime. Seem like that is still taking place today. All right? Casual killing of slaves. See, these are the atrocities that happened to the biblical people that has never been rectified. It's never been dealt with. And the people who were done this way has never been restored. I hope that this is beginning to sink in. So, this is the wicked that's done this. Therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending the eternal law. So we let you know that you're disobeying the eternal law of love. We let you know that you're disobeying the eternal law of mercy and empathy. All right? And we object to your education, okay? We object to your education and all of them things. All right? We don't accept your indoctrination. We don't accept your forced ideology. You say that we profess to have the knowledge of the Most High. Yes, we do. And some of us not only profess it, but we live it. Because those of us who truly have the knowledge of the Great Spirit will be showing forth His attributes upon the earth in our mortality. That means we'll be loving our neighbors as we do ourselves. We would not be doing to others things that we would not want done to ourselves. We would do our best to do for others that which we would want done for ourselves, as if it's in our power we do so. We're not stingy. We're not greedy. We're not selfish. We're not puffed up in pride and arrogance. We're not a respecter of person. We treat everyone fairly. We are the ones that are called the children of the Most High, the children of light. And we were made to reprove the thoughts of the wicked. Therefore we are grievous unto the wicked, even for you wicked to behold us. For our life is not like most people of this world. Our ways are of another fashion. And you know that we esteem you as superficial, counterfeits. These wicked people who set themselves up in authority are identity thieves. So yes, they are counterfeits. They are not the holy people. They are extremely wicked people. And they have oppressed all humanity and all creation. So I have chosen with my free agency to abstain from all ways of their filthiness, including pining after money. And I pronounce the end of the just to be blessed. And I make my boast that the Most High is my Father. Have I not been here telling you about our restoration that's coming and the judgment of the wicked? No longer are you going to be able to physically torture us with instruments of cruelty. However, this time around, you say in your heart, let us see if his words be true. Let us prove what shall be the end of him. So you withhold of the substance that these wicked people have established for us to live our life upon the earth. For if the just man be the son of the Most High, then he will help him and deliver him from the hand of his enemies. So you're like, if you really of the Most High, then you will have $50 for your internet. As if the Great Spirit just supposed to open up the sky and rain down a $50 bill. As if the Great Spirit created money. As if the Great Spirit established this economic system of perpetual economic slavery. You're no longer able to examine us with despitefulness and torture. That's cut off. Because now we've been instructed to speak to you by way of the Spirit. And the Great Spirit already allowed you wicked people to do this to us in your inquisition. While you call us savages. But we didn't do shit like this to other people. We didn't even do shit like this to the animals. See, my people killed the animals and they thought that they were doing it humanely. You know, because they slit their throat really fast. They did not torture the animals. My people didn't torture the animals. They would kill them quickly. All right? They would kill them quickly, put them out of their misery. They didn't torture, and then they would treat the animals really well. Okay, my people, the wicked of my people, all right, they treated the animals very well because they knew my people had understanding. All right, the wicked have and my people were wicked. Don't get me wrong, but it was way different with the Levitical priesthood. They did not torture the animals. They did not allow the animals to be in fear, for a period of time before they were killed. All right, they were killed quickly. All right, but they were raised well. Okay, and then they were quickly killed for their flesh. And they claimed that their blood covered their innocent their sins and all of that. All right, but they were deceived and worshiping blood gods. But anyway, my point is, my people did not torture the animals the way that these wicked people tortured us. Okay? However, the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. All right? But you guys, your people have done this to us. All right? See? You will boil us alive in oil. All right? You did all kinds of wicked, cruel things to us, and it has never been paid for. All right? The Most High said that it's going to be for a time, times, and half a time. Well, the time started with the Greeks. All right? All right, when the Greeks came into power, evils were multiplied in the earth. So you Greeks are not the pinnacle of civilization. You are the destroyers of great civilization. All right? I don't say this in hatred. There's nothing hateful about this. It's the absolute truth. This is in 1 Maccabees 1:7 through 9. All right? When the Greeks came into power, evils were multiplied in the earth. And the Greeks came in at the halfway, bruh. You are not the first ones to take us into captivity. All right? You're not the first ones. You were just the last of the nations that was allowed to take us into captivity. All right? The thighs of brass is Greece. All right? There were several empires before the Grecian Empire. All right? And then the Roman Empire, the legs of iron, and then the revived Roman Empire, aka the Great White European Empire. Okay? The feet mixed with miry clay and iron. You see, you can keep casting this off all you want, but we're at the end of your wickedness. That's why he rose us up in the land of our captivity to speak this word to you. You guys already did all of this to us. This ain't coming. The guillotines ain't coming. You guys already used guillotines on us, forcing us to accept Christianity and white Jesus. You did that to us. All right? Through envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do hold of his side will find it. All right? Understand. The Most High created us to be immortal. Our souls, our spirits are immortal. All right? And we're made to be an image of our own eternity. Okay? So that which we do in our mortality will match our own eternity. All right? Understand. You're out here doing shit like this, immortality. What do you think is going to be your eternity? It ain't going to be righteous because you're not doing righteousness. All right? Pouring hot liquids or metals such as lead or gold into the mouth of a victim was a practice used on both sides of the Atlantic Ocean by the Romans and the Spanish Inquisition, among others. Several sources mention the bursting of internal organs. Who would think of such heinous things to do to somebody? Only the worst of the heathen. So the worst of the heathen has been rapacious, all right? And they've caused many people to be rapacious, following after the people that set themselves up in authority, all right? That's why people are acting like this. That's why you have a society of this. Look at this. It's absolutely crazy. Like, wow. And see, this was also on the movie that I watched last night, The Trading Places. Okay? And so I was just like, man, this is crazy. These people, like, wow. It blew my mind. It was the first time I had ever seen that movie, you know? But it's crazy. Like, oh my God. All for the love of money. Let's continue. Non-caring capitalist. All right. So you got many people that are rapacious. All right, because you haven't had the true living word going forth in abundance upon the earth. All right, we are the first fruits thereof in a world full of wickedness. And I've been forced to live in this world with no understanding, but now I have the understanding and the clarity for a reason, in order to help you people. And many will exchange the glory of the robes of the saints for the robes of those who love money. How many times have I been saying that humanity, the majority of humanity, have been indoctrinated and manipulated and brainwashed into rejecting the eternal law of divine love, glory of the robes of the saints, for the robes of those who love money. And there will be much respect of persons in those days, all those who love money, and lovers of the glory of this world. And there will be many slanderers and much vainglory at the approach of the Most High. And the Holy Spirit will withdraw from many. Therefore your conscience is seared. When a Holy Spirit withdraws from you, your conscience is seared, and you are lacking wisdom. You're lacking true wisdom. You only have the wisdom of this world, that which you have been taught to believe by the wicked. And the only way that you can get the Holy Spirit again is to humble yourself like a child and unlearn the wisdom of this world and relearn via the Spirit of truth. Then you will receive the Holy Spirit again. And in those days, there will not be many prophets. It don't say that there won't be none. It don't say that there will be none. Okay, it said it will not be many. Nor those who speak reliable words, except one here and there in different places. This is why I'm so alone. And this is why my channel has such little traffic. This is why I'm like a needle in a haystack. Very, very, very hidden and suppressed. All because of the spirit of error. The spirit of error, also known as the corrupter. Alright. I saw when the bride who was corrupting was adorned, and the bridegroom who corrupts and is corrupted. And I asked the truth, who are these? And he said to me, this is the deceiver and the error, and they imitate the beloved and his bride, and they cause the world to err and corrupt it, and they invite many to the wedding feast and allow them to drink of the wine of their intoxication. They lay out the red carpet to all who love and worship money. You can have anything your heart's desire according to the pleasures of your flesh. So they cause them to vomit up their wisdom and their knowledge and prepare them for mindlessness. Carbon copy robots. Then they abandon them, so they stumble about like mad and corrupted men. Since there is no understanding in them, neither do they seek it. People don't even think to question their beliefs. People don't even think to question their reality and what they've all been taught, like, since birth. That's flabbergasting to me. Like, wow. Kind of like that movie, The Truman Show. Truman could not just accept what he was told. Like me. I could not just accept what I was told all my life. I have been made wise so as to not fall into the hands of the deceivers. And I myself rejoice because the truth had gone with me. For I was established and lived and was redeemed, and my foundations were laid on account of Yahusha's hand, because he has planted me. For he set the root and watered it, and endowed it and blessed it, and its fruits will be forever. It penetrated deeply and sprang up and spread out, and it is full and it is enlarged. And the Most High alone will be glorified in his planting and in his cultivation, in his care and in the blessing of his lips, in the beautiful planting of his right hand, and in the attainment of his planting, and in the understanding of his mind. I am his sheep. I had the ears to hear the good shepherd, and I followed, 'cause I knew that the wisdom of this world was foolishness I could not get with the status quo. All right? So understand, in these days here, there's not going to be many true prophets from the Most High, nor those who speak reliable words, except one here and there in different places, because of the spirit of error and of fornication and of vainglory and of the love of money, which there will be among those who are said to be servants of that one, and among those who receive that one. All these wicked ass people, they get the vainglory. They got the status, the honors of men, the clout, and the money. And they're constantly being caught in scandals of fornication and adultery. And worse things, dealing with children. And among the shepherds and the elders there will be great hatred towards one another. For there will be great jealousy in the last days. For everyone will speak whatever pleases him in his own eyes. And they will make ineffective the prophecy of the prophets who were before me, and my visions also. They will make ineffective in order that they may speak whatever burst out of their corrupted heart. By making it ineffective means that pretty much most of humanity have no thought of real true prophecy. All right? You know, for one, they're looking to a counterfeit land and to a counterfeit people. They're refusing to look to the true land and the true holy people. So therefore it's ineffective. And you cast it off as if it's irrelevant. Therefore it's ineffective. However, it doesn't mean that it's going to be ineffective in reality. It's just ineffective in its false ass reality, deceiving many people. And you can thank these charlatans. You can thank the colonizers who invaded lands of the indigenous people and called themselves selling the lands, setting up an economic system. All of this is vanity, people, because it ain't real. How the hell these people going to sell land in which they did not create? How are they going to sell the resources of the earth in which they did not create? Forcing everybody to participate in a rat race. All those who don't choose to rebel against it, that is. Alright? Because I ain't the one, bruh. I don't love money. I don't care about money enough to do this. Alright? I will rather suffer. Okay? I will rather suffer without it than be forced to be a rat participating in the rat race. That ain't for me. I'm like my brother Bob Marley. Oh, what a disgrace to see the human race in a rat race. I know that we were instructed to love one another. That's the society I want to live in. So, therefore, that's the energy that I operate in. It's time to bring this out for a second. Understand, people. This is from the book 50 Years in the Church of Rome. Okay? The priest of Rome and the Holy Fathers. It was decided that my intelligence was not clear enough, and that my faith was not sufficiently strong to read those books. I had nothing to do but to bow my head under the yoke and obey without a word of murmur. The darkest night was made around our understandings, and we had to believe that awful darkness was the shining light of God. We rejected the bright truth which had so nearly conquered our minds in order to accept the most ridiculous sophisms as gospel truths. We did the most degrading action a man can do. We silenced the voice of our conscience. And we consented to follow our superior's views. As a brute follows the order of his master. We consented to be in the hands of our superiors like a stick in the hands of a traveler. All right. So please understand, people. This is your Roman Catholic Church. That's what they forced. All right? Now, we're at an hour and 17 minutes. Let's go.
They've been taught against going within and listening to your inner spirit.
Yes, they have. People have been taught, against going within themselves. Religion teaches you to look outwardly. Alright, people tend to look outwards for their answers, when in most cases all the answers they need are within, because he wrote his law upon our hearts, inscribed it upon our spirit, is embedded within our conscience. Alright? And we were instructed that the kingdom is within us. Alright? For the Most High does not see as man sees, for man looks at the outward appearance, but the Most High looks at the heart. Where is your heart? Isn't it inside of you? It's not on the outside of you. It's inside of you. Okay? Where's your conscience? Is it on the outside of you, or is it on the inside of you? Neither shall they say, look here or look there. Alright, the Messiah then told you. These Pharisees and these false prophets will tell you, look, he's there in the desert. He told you don't go. Alright? He told you that these people are going to say, look here and look there. But, bruh, the real ones ain't going to tell you to look here and look there. The real one's going to tell you the same thing the Messiah told you, that the kingdom is within you. All right? But your religions have you look into the sky. Your religions have you looking, literally outside of you for an outside God. But the Most High wants to dwell within you, wants to dwell within your heart, within your mindset, wants to be the head of your life. But you're not allowing the Great Spirit to be the head of your life because you're following the wisdom of this world. Okay? One second. Oh, man. Well, I really do want to get through this audio today. People, understand that if you were born and raised in religion, you are way more harder to liberate than people that are enslaved by chains, physical chains. All right? For your chains are spiritual and mental. All right? And we can't remove those chains. All right? See, we can remove physical chains off somebody that we come across that's enslaved by physical chains. But we can't remove the chains from your mind unless you allow us to. And the only way that you can allow us to is by humbling yourself to the spirit of truth that we're instructed to give to you. All right? That's the only way them chains going to be removed from your mind. That's the only way the chains from your spirit is going to be removed. Okay? You have to subdue your ego. Okay? We can't subdue your ego for you. All right? Now, an hour and 22, man.
We've been taught against that. And they give us so many distractions within this reality that it makes it very easy.
Understand. And they know to give you distractions, okay? I noticed that, there's a whole bunch of movies being released on YouTube. They do this on purpose for a reason. Hold on. I'm trying to wrap this up. Oh, man. Give me just a second. Alright. Alright, let me close some stuff out that I don't need. Now, your money is fake, people. Your food, your water is being poisoned. All of these wars are based on lies. Your country is run by a bunch of pedophiles who stole the damn lands in the first place. Alright? A bunch of criminals. Alright? And you're all too distracted by bullshit to do anything about it. Okay? As the world continues to get more evil and controlled, the people will not care because they're too distracted to notice. When a person can't find a deep sense of meaning, they distract themselves with pleasure. Many people don't know the meaning to life. They think all of this is random. You are sadly mistaken. All of our lives matter. Okay? And what we do in our mortality definitely matters. But you're constantly fed by this propaganda machine, bombarded everywhere you turn with all their propaganda. Understand, the adversary deceives by all means. Media, science, religion, schools, politics, music industry, your religions, modern Bibles, your churches, okay? All of this, all right? Focused on the system. You know, they give you your entertainment. They give you your materialism. They make sure that you're well indoctrinated. Therefore, you have a dead spirit. You're an empty vessel, living a superficial life, an artificial life, having no love, no real compassion, no mercy, no empathy towards all humanity and all creation. You're so distracted, you won't even think about it.
To tune out that inner voice.
You're taught to tune out your inner voice. 1 second.
Within this reality, that it makes it very easy to.
Hold on.
And they give us so many distractions within this reality that it makes it very easy to tune out that inner voice, that inner knowing that's already within us. And instead, vomit that out, cast that away, and accept what you learn from mortal men. I mean, hell, since about 5 years old or so, you were thrust into school, in their school system, okay?
Hold on. So when you know it to be right, and as I was walking to the smoke shop today, you know, there's a neighborhood there. I don't even know what. I guess a daycare. There's a daycare. I passed this daycare. Do you know that they're taking newborns? You know, they're taking newborns. All right, and so I'm like thinking. I thought to myself, I'm like, oh my God, these people are literally trusting strangers with their newborn baby. That's crazy. You know. 1 second, people. I'm gonna switch you over. 1 second. It's not what I was looking for. I'm looking for something else. Let me play that again. Hold on. Let me go back one more time.
And accept what you learn from mortal men. I mean, hell, since about 5 years old or so, you were thrust into school, in their school system, okay?
Yes. Alright, that's what I was looking for. Alright. Okay, yes, this is what I was looking for. So, like this, people. Alright, public school is nothing more than a mind control facility. Alright?
And, you know, indoctrinated into a Gentile mentality, a Gentile way of living, Gentile's ideology, Gentile his story. All right? So the conquistadors knew what they were doing.
Hold a second. Let's see. 129. So, I'm going to stop it there, and I'm going to try to bring it back one more damn time and wrap this up, okay? I got to finish this thing today. Like, I got only one more day. And I want to be free tomorrow to just be a free spirit and just flow. Alright, well, I flow every day, but I have to get through this audio, okay? So we're at like 16 minutes and 40 seconds or so. We got to get to 31 minutes, alright? So I'm going to try to come back one more time and get through this, alright? So I shall be right back. Shalom.